Well, welcome everyone to our final webinar for the first iteration of the CMOT CMOOC. I hope you've enjoyed being part of the community. Certainly enjoyed having everyone sharing and contributing on Google Plus and Project Bank and during these webinars. So today we've got with us Amanda all the way from AUT in Auckland, and we also have all the way from Nelson, Marlborough, Shingai and Paul, and we may have others join us as we go along. So we were just chatting with Amanda just before. Amanda was about to tell us some of the things that have been going on at AUT. They had Steve Wheeler visit all the way from Plymouth in the UK. So Amanda, you're going to give us the highlights and maybe the impact of Steve's visit to you.
Yeah, well, I think generally people are sort of curious about sort of making changes to the curriculum, but a lot of people, I think, feel a little bit threatened by change and sort of the whole sort of wave of sort of technology, and there's sort of a sense, there's sort of a group of people who are sort of willing to embrace things and give it a go, and there's other people that are a bit more reticent. And so I sort of think probably there was a bit of mixed sort of anticipation of his visit, really. But actually what was fantastic, and my sort of real take-home message was that, 21st century teaching, like technology for me is a real sort of integral part of it, but we can actually get more people on board thinking critically about how their classrooms are structured and what sort of learning actually means, by sort of not having to sort of embrace technology and get au fait with digital tools, etc., but more sort of that philosophical level of re-examining, what is the role of the teacher and the student? Because I think that's changing with the amount of information that's available, online, and just the sort of different things that are happening in education and in society. So for me, it was a sort of, real invitation to sort of look at the role of the people in the classroom, whether it's a virtual classroom or something real. So today we're meeting a few of us that are really keen to keep this sort of critical discussion going, and we're going to be talking about whether or not we should grade students. So we're going to be looking at a blog post by this guy called Jesse Stommel. His Twitter handle is Jessifer. And just looking about whether we actually, what's the impact of grading? Is it necessary, and what are the sort of alternatives?
Hey, well, that's great, and I think that really ties in well with this week's section of the CMOT CMOOC, which is looking at future plans. And this is another section of your portfolio that is required but is not graded as such, just like the contextual statement. So looking at I guess the rest of the portfolio is providing evidence of what you've done and reflecting on that. But this section really is, okay, what are you going to do now and where you're going to head? And I think that's an excellent plan for your department, Amanda. And maybe, like a blog post to summarise that would be really excellent.
Yes, well, I was quite excited because I made a Twitter post about it, and the guy Jesse liked it and started following me. So
wow,
another Twitter stalker. Yeah. And then just switching to Shingai and Paul, one of the things that we've done to the entire community for a CMOT CMOOC is invited people as an ongoing is to really join our SOTL research cluster, which is kind of like our broader community. So the CMOT CMOOC is kind of like one of our projects, one of the communities within that, and we'd like to invite everyone to be part of a broader ongoing community, which we're launching in February at our inaugural symposium, which Amanda's just all signed up for and is going to present at, called the SOTL Symposium, the Scholarship of Technology Enhanced Learning. So I know Paul and Shingai and Renita have just started a FLIT group as one of those research clusters. So that'll be a group joining us all the way from Nelson. So hopefully we can keep on collaborating. So what are your thoughts, Paul and Shingai? I'll throw that over to you, dear. Where do you see the future?
For me, I think just reflecting on what we have been doing in the past few weeks and the insights that we have gained through talking to all of you and thinking about our CMOC portfolios. I see a real need here at NMIT to sort of shift the way people look at teaching and learning. Some people are embracing the 21st century pedagogies, but some are still way back in that power struggle between the teacher and the learner, where the teacher is lecturing and the learner listens and that kind of stuff. And also the uptake of the use of technology in the classrooms is, there is a sort of a wide range of differences between those who are embracing technology and those who are not. So for me, as a learning designer who works with a lot of the departments, I find myself in a position where I'm wanting more and more to influence that change and to sort of help those who are still a bit technophobic to see the advantages of using technologies to enhance teaching and learning. And also, from what we have been doing, I'm now beginning to think probably I might want to do a PhD. I don't know, it's still in the in the decision phase. So there you go.
Yeah, thank you. What about you, Paul?
I'm not sure if I can quite remember the question, but I think for me, like a couple of things are really highlighted. One is to kind of come out from the hidden room and the hidden kind of silo where you work by yourself with your own ideas and kind of become a bit more out there. I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I'm thinking about it as being like above the fold and being a bit more visible and openly connected. That's something that's a future plan for me to work on, and I'm kind of getting there little by little, hopefully. Yeah. And the other thing is the connection just within our teams internally, and also this kind of connection, like I remember reading the second one of Amanda's blog posts that I thought, yeah, she's got the same issues, same problems that we have, and is thinking about them in the same way that we are kind of thinking about them, and that was really kind of encouraging, but also real learning to kind of look at thinking about, encouraging.
Yeah.
And then to be able to reflect it internally in our team is really, really useful.
Yeah.
That's really cool, because I've been sitting listening to your guys' comments just now, thinking, oh, we're just all talking about this. We've got these really sort of shared issues, really.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that we did that was interesting is that myself and another lecturer, Laurent, worked with Tom and presented at the ALT conference in Britain, and Tom was saying how sort of that's not really the norm for the technologists to sort of come out of that sort of hiddenness that you're talking about, Paul, and actually collaborate openly, as sort of a transdisciplinary sort of partnership.
Yeah, sometimes you sit there and you have all these ideas and you think, oh, are they good enough? Oh,
Yeah.
So it's a real mind shift, and that confidence to put your ideas out there and get other people's input and all that kind of stuff. It's scary.
Yeah, well, I've really enjoyed working with you guys, and it's been great to have your input into our inaugural CMOOC, and really looking forward to continue collaborating with you. And what we'd like to do is invite everyone to join us for our second iteration, which we're aiming to start in March. So we're going to rerun the CMOOC again in March. I just got a message just popped up from Liz from Coventry saying her son is sick, so that's why she hasn't joined us today. So thanks for sending that through, Liz. Yeah, so just to encourage everyone to continue this journey and keep collaborating, and not see this as the end, but as the start, really. And also in that regard, we've posted on the Google Plus community a survey, which we'd really like everyone to take. It's just like 10 questions, I think, just to give us some feedback on the CMOOC and how we can redesign it, make it better for our second iteration. And there's also some consent forms there, because we'd like to be able to publish about this and let other people know about what we're doing. So just great to have your feedback, and take that survey and give us some feedback would be awesome. So thank you, everyone. So thank you, Amanda, for joining us.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm glad there's going to be another one in March, because I think I have several gaps yet to...
Yes, but you're definitely on the way, which is great. And I know that applies to both Shingai and Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a few gaps there, but I'm sure that you'll be able to fill those in our next iteration, which would be awesome. And it'd be great to see you all as official CMOLters. So that's another thing to put in the future plan, I think. Complete.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's sign off, and thank you, guys. And
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah. Bye.